Hi guys, welcome again. Passion Fresh, Passion for Real Estate. I'm your host, Cris Del Cid, alongside
Nestor Gotay. We're real estate agents licensed in Virginia, Maryland, and the district.
That's right, guys. We're coming here in Season 2, Episode 4. We're going to finish our trilogy here of CIA, the term that we coined for mortgage, not the CIA you usually think of, but credit, income, and assets, which is a very important, some very important steps that you'll need to take when you're getting pre-qualified for a loan. Our episode today is in assets.
That's right. So we want to tell you guys what you need to, you could use when you're applying for a mortgage, right? So type of assets. Let's start with the liquid assets.
So in the liquid assets, you have typically what you're going to find in everybody's day-to-day is their savings account, their checking account, or even some money markets. Or I mean, not some, but money markets as well too.
That's right. So those are the liquid assets, checking, savings, right? So and then you go to the non-liquid assets. Then you're talking about your stocks. You're talking about your mutual funds. You're talking about your bonds, right? So those are money that CD accounts, right? So those are money that you cannot access right away, but you can show your lender that you have some type of savings that you can dispose of if needed in the future, right? Then we go to gifts from family members and employers.
Yeah, that's right. There's the famous gifts. There's some loans where you can get the money gifted for your down payment to buy your house, and you can maybe get all of your money gifted if you have somebody that's willing to give it to you. Parents, any sibling. I think the stipulation to that is they have to be a family member, rich aunt and uncles. I would like one of those so they can buy me a couple houses.
That's right. So also then you have your 401ks and your retirement plans. You can dispose of those. You want to talk to your lender about these two type of savings and see if you can use them, right? Because that's important on those, right? There's something important about those two.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely you want to talk to not only the person that's handling the account, maybe in your HR department, get that information. But one of the important things when it comes to your pre-qualification is talking to your mortgage professional, because if you decide to draw from those accounts for your down payment or for anything during the loan process or during the purchase process, you could inquire a debt because they do require, some of those do require, depending on how it's structured, for you to repay it.
That's right. And also, guys, next one, how about if I have 3 cars and I want to get rid of 2 of them? Personal properties.
Right. You can sell your personal property, and any stuff you have lying around. I've actually, I haven't really thought of this. I don't think too many people use that, personal property. But I mean, you could have an emergency where you could need some money, and you don't have a down payment. You could sell your things. Important thing about that is, make sure you're sourcing the sale and documenting as well too.
That's right. And right now, tax season, right? You can also use your tax refund.
Oh, that's right.
We're going to throw that in there.
Let's thank Uncle Sam for that.
Also, lender requirements, right? So we're going to talk about the lender requirements. You want to ask your lender, do you need reserves in order for your loan to be approved?
Right. When you first meet with your lender, check and see if they're going to require reserves. And the list that we just gave you, that the more than qualifies for your reserves. So they're going to tell you how much money you're going to need, and on top of that, you want to make sure you're going to have those reserves ready to go.
And if they need it to be seasoned, right? What is seasoned? Basically, if the lender wants the money to be in your account 1 month ahead of closing, 2 months ahead of closing, 3 months, 6 months. I don't know. You need to ask those things. Depending on the program that you're trying to qualify for, they will require if the money needs to be seasoned.
That's right. And let me throw this in there too, is you need to know the documentation too that you're going to need for that, which could be bank statements is usually typically what they need. But also during the process before you're closing, the lender at any point can do a verification of deposit, which they'll, you won't know about, but they'll contact the bank and say, hey, does this person so-and-so have this amount of money like they said they do?
That's right. And that goes to the next topic we're going to talk about, which is the sourcing, right, of that money, right? That's the lender requirement, sourcing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you need to source it, like we've been saying it. You need to show proof that that money's come from somewhere, and that it is acceptable to the lender, because we don't want cash deposits.
Right. Because
large cash deposits.
Right. And also they want to know that it's the borrower's money, that the borrower is bringing that, and they're not borrowing money from a family member where they're going to have, a payment, and which includes the gifts too. We talked about just earlier. The gifts, make sure it's a gift, and it's not some family member that's giving you the money, but then later on you have to repay it or anything like that.
So talk to your lenders about the gift, about the large cash deposits, and if they're allowed or not for you. Most likely they're not going to be allowed, but that's what we bring to you guys this episode. We really hope you guys liked it, and this becomes informative and useful for you guys when you're trying to apply for a mortgage.
That's right, guys. If we miss anything you want us to talk about, please let us know. We're on all social media platforms. Like us on Facebook. Give us your feedback. We'd really appreciate it. And again, to wrap it up, important, talk to your mortgage professional. Make sure that you're able to get in touch with them and ask them good questions. I'm Cris Del Cid signing off alongside
Nestor Gotay. We're licensed real estate agents with Realty Concepts Group. Thank you, guys.